Hey guys, welcome to a new video. In this video, I'm going to tell you about the fundamentals of AWS. So before starting any cloud technology as of AWS or Microsoft Azure, the first thing that you must be knowing is what is cloud computing. So I will start with what is cloud computing. And second thing that I would like to discuss, you must be thinking that while we are uploading these technologies related videos, it is just because we know that not only applying for any job will not give you that job. You need to improve your knowledge and also improve your resume. So this we have started this technology related video so that you can come across these technologies and get a brief info about them. Now let's get started. So let us see what is cloud computing. Cloud computing is an on-demand availability of computer resources, especially data storage and computing power, without a direct active management by the user. In short, I would like to say that cloud computing is nothing but the use of remote servers on the internet for carrying out a task rather than using our local computers. Now, you must be thinking, why do I need to connect to a remote server when I can do everything on my personal computer? Let's take an example. If I want to do any machine learning algorithm, or say I want to build a neural network, will it be possible for me to perform this operation on a local computer? No, I don't think so, because we all know that building a neural network requires a lot of processing power. In this situation, what I can do is go and buy a new server which has a lot of processing power and see how my application works on that server. Or we have another option that just go and rent a server from a cloud provider and see how the application works on that server, and moment we have done with the server I can give it back, and also I will not be charged anymore. Isn't that an amazing idea? That is what exactly the cloud computing is all about. Now, let us say some brief idea about cloud computing. Let us see the cloud computing taxonomy. Cloud computing taxonomy was initially developed by United States National Institute of Standards and Technology, that is NIST. It was developed as a tool for standardizing conversations around the cloud architectures. Since then, this basic model has been announced by the community and broadly adopted to discuss basic concepts. Let us see the major taxonomy components. So these are the cloud computing taxonomy components. First is the essential characteristics. It includes broad network access, rapid elasticity, measured service, on-demand self-service, and resource pooling. Then we have service models, which include software as a service, platform as a service, and infrastructure as a service. Deployment models include public cloud, private cloud, hybrid cloud, and community cloud. Now let us see all these components in brief. Now let us see the essential characteristics of cloud computing. The essential characteristics can be also regarded as the user requirements on the cloud. So let's take first what is broad network access. Cloud computing provides us a broad network access as it has its resources available over the network and can be accessed by diverse customer platforms. In other words, cloud services are available over a network with a high broadband communication link such as internet, or in case of private clouds it could be a local area network. In short terms, I would like to say that you as a user can access the cloud sitting anywhere in any corner. Now let's take another scenario. In case you want your application to be scale up, you want to add more facilities or more concepts on your application. For this, you need to add more nodes or servers, you need more computing power. In this case, cloud computing provides elasticity. You can add up more nodes, or even if you want to reduce the number of nodes, you can do it. It also provides scalability. Now, what is measured service? Cloud computing resources usually is a metered, and manufacturing organizations pay accordingly for what they have used. As in simple terms, pay for what you have consumed. Let's take example of your mobile bill. You pay only for what you have consumed. On-demand self-service depicts that the cloud computing resources can be used without human interaction from the service provider. In this, the service provided by the cloud vendors can be used whenever they are required, and user can access the cloud services through an online control panel. In resource pooling, the provider's computing resources are pooled to serve multiple customers using a multi-tenant model with different physical and virtual resources dynamically assigned and reassigned according to the customer demands. Example of resource includes storage, processing memory, and network bandwidth. Now let us see the cloud deployment models. First, let's see what is public cloud. The public cloud is available to the public. In general, the service provider makes the resources available to public via internet. The example can be the web applications, web mails, and the storage of non-sensitive data. Next, let's see what is private cloud. The private cloud is specific to that organization. That organization can only have control over it, and it is just, in short terms, it is a cloud-based infrastructure used by stand-alone organizations. It offers greater control over the security. Our private clouds are perfect for organizations that have high security availability requirements. Now, what is hybrid cloud? This model incorporates the best of both private and public clouds, but each can remain as separate entities. It is ideally used for scalability, flexibility, and security. A perfect example of this scenario would be that of an organization who uses the private cloud to secure their data and interacts with its customers using public cloud. Community cloud. Community cloud, it is a mutually shared model between organizations that belong to a particular community, such as banks, government organizations, or commercial enterprises. Community members generally share similar issues like of privacy, performance, and security. This type of deployment model is managed and hosted internally or by a third party vendor. Now let us see the service models of cloud computing. In this figure, you can see that there are four columns. The keys are, the block in the blue color is depicts that you manage it, and green color block depicts that vendor manages it. Now let us see the first column. The first column, business manages everything. No cloud computing is used. What it says that data center servers, equipments, machines are that are owned by or organization, that are everything is on premise, and organization is responsible to manage, to store, to do server configuration, sizes, CPUs, virtual environment, everything, all what kind of application to be hosted, all is taken care by the organization. So in this, applications, data, runtime, middleware, operating system, virtualization, server, storage, networking, everything is managed by the organization itself. If we move one step further, you can see IaaS, that is infrastructure as a service. In infrastructure as a service, infrastructure is outsourced to the service provider. So in this, infrastructure is given to the third party vendor, or you can say the cloud provider, and the cloud provider takes care of all the infrastructure. The example of this could be AWS, Azure, Microsoft Azure. If we move one step further, we see PaaS, that is Platform as a Service. In this, not only the infrastructure but also the platform to work on is given to the cloud provider. The networking, from networking to runtime, everything is given to the vendor. The example could be Salesforce Heroku. As we move one step further, you can see SaaS, that is Software as a Service. In this, you can see everything is in green colors. That is, everything is managed by the vendor and nothing is left for the organization. In this, everything is managed by the service provider. Then you must have a question that what does the subscriber is doing, or like subscriber means what is the customer or organization is doing. They have to simply sign up and don't bother at all about the other parts. The example of SaaS could be Google Apps, Cisco WebEx. In this, you just need to go and sign up and everything rest is handled by the vendor. So until now, I hope that you must have got idea about what is cloud computing and general cloud computing terminologies. In the next video, I would like to start with what is AWS and AWS services. Thank you for watching the video. Please do subscribe our channel, and also guys, if you want us to upload such videos about more technologies, you can tell me in the comments. Thank you.